Okay, we are going to play the integer game right here. I'm going to show you how to do it. The directions are in the video that I am now interrupting. Okay, they came before probably, but I wanted to go ahead and just play around with myself. Very sad thing indeed, but no, not a good thing to do actually. Play with someone, play with your parent teacher or a sibling. Great game for siblings of all different ages. I mean, maybe not too young because we don't want to confuse them too much with these negative numbers, but maybe 5th grade, 6th graders, if you have some of those in your family. So what I did is I took my deck of cards. Now the cards I'm sending home to you guys are yellow and they're cardstock. They're not as flimsy as these are, okay? But what I've done is I've just trying to put them up here. I've just mixed them up a little bit, okay? And now I'm going to go ahead and deal them, and you deal 4 cards out to each player. You know, the dealer is also a player. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay. Now, so I show you here. We've got the 2. We got the 4 and the 4 there, and we're going to put a discard and a draw pile. Okay, and there those are, like many games of a similar nature. Okay, so now the idea though is one thing that makes this game a little bit tricky and makes it a lot of fun and makes it a little less easy than you think it is right away, is that I have my 4 cards to start with. Okay, my 4 integers. Okay, and the integers, as you can see, if you look at your cards that you have, they are from 0 to -0, 2 zeros, and then you have -1 to -12, and then you have 1 to 12, +1 to +12. Okay. So what makes it tricky is that you start off with these. These are not very good. I got to tell you right now. Me number 1 has a -2, a -4, a -9, and a -11 because, as you know from reading the directions along with me a little bit earlier in this video, your goal is to get to 0, to 0 or as close to 0 as possible. Everyone has 4 turns only. Now I was talking about the tricky part. Just a little tangent there. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Cards are dealt. Okay, me number 2 is going to start. Should we start to the left? Okay. So me number 2 is going to start. Now me number 2 has this here. Me number 2, and are you seeing this backwards as well? Okay. -3, 8, 11, and -6. Okay. So I know -6. I have this -6 and -3, -9. I have 11 and 18. 11 and 8, 19. So I have a +9 right now. So I'm looking to get some negative in here, all right? A little more negative, okay? Maybe get rid of this large 11, okay? So here's what I'm looking at here. I think you saw it already. You saw the 0, okay? Now, 0 could work. I could, how about this? How about I keep this -3 and -6 for a -9. Keep the 8, okay, because that's going to give me now, I have -9 plus 8, -1, and a 0 would be awesome, because right now I have -1, all right? Now I've thrown down my 11. Okay, my 11 is now in the discard pile, okay? So here's what me number 2 has a whopping total, a very good total, a very good score presently of -1, okay. Now, and here's what me number 1 is looking at. Have the 11 on the discard. Okay. So me number 1 has this mess. Okay. -2, -4, -9, -11. Okay. All right. So me number 1 is liking that swap. I'm taking that 11 from the discard pile and putting down this negative 11. Okay, so now I have my 11, then I have negative 13, negative 15, so I have negative 4 right now with all of these here. Okay, so negative 4, which is good. Okay, well, better than the negative I had before. Now, the one thing I was telling you about, I didn't get that tricky part yet, is that if you choose from, you know, the draw pile, and you don't like what you got. Now, if you draw from the discard pile, of course, you see what it is, you know you're going to like it, okay? But if you draw from the draw pile and you don't like it, tough. You have to keep it, okay? Which really kind of gives this thing its little spice to it, okay? Because, yeah, it makes it fun. Anyway, let's get back to me number 2. Me number 2, as you remember, has a negative 1, doing well, okay? Negative 1, sure not going to take that negative 11. Doesn't help anything in here. Presently, I don't have anything that's big and no. Okay, so I'm going to now, me number 2 picks up and picks this 3, okay? Now, I have negative, me number 2 has negative 1 right now, but I have 0. So if I trade this 3 for this 0, then I would end up with, I have another extra 3, I'd end up with 2. So I'd be 2 away from 0. That wouldn't be better than I'm at, okay? But I have to keep this thing. I have to keep it. I got to throw one of these out, all right? So if I throw the 8 out, then I'm going to be 5 more than I had before, which will put me up to positive 4. That's even worse. Okay, wait a minute, I got to get the 3. So get rid of the 8. But if I got rid of this negative 3, and that's going to put me up, man, a whole 6 places, you know, 6. Because I'm getting rid of a negative 3 and adding 3. So I'm going from one side of the negative to the other far, so that's not good either. And then what's this one here? Hold on. Negative 6. So I'm going to look at this again because I'm having a hard time showing you and doing this myself. Okay? So I need to keep this 3. Now again, there's going to come a point where you're going to have to do the less of the 4 different evils you can do. Okay? So right now, like I said presently, I had negative 9. Okay? So if I think I'm just going to go ahead and if I put the 3 in there, then I'm going to, I had negative 1, I'm sorry. If I put the 3, I'm going to have plus 5 if I replace the negative 3, plus 5. If I replace the 8, then I will have negative 6. If I replace the 0, I will have, 2 only. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to get rid of the 0. Alright, maybe some of you saw that already. I'm going to get rid of that 0 because now I have, because I had negative 1, which was good, but so now I have 3, then a negative 3. Put those together, that's 0. Okay, and then I have a positive 8. That gives me 8. Then I take away 6. Now I'm at 2. So I went from negative 1 to 2, not as good because now I'm 2 away from 0, where I was 1 away from 0 before, but still the best of the many, many evils that could have happened. All right, back to me number 1. I know it's taking a long time. It's 8 minutes already, 8 minutes, 52 seconds, getting close to 9 minutes. And I think you get the drift here, right? But let's do it one more time just because I'm having fun. Okay, let's see. Right, remember I have negative 4, me number 1. So I want to, the thing is, there's a 0 sitting down here, but you can see why the 0 isn't going to help me because, I mean, if I replace, because I have, what do I have? I have positive, well, hold on a second, what do I have? Wait a minute, let me see, if I have, so negative 6 plus negative 9, negative 15, oh, I have actually negative 4. So I could actually, oh boy, how about this? Oh, getting rid of my negative 4 and pick up this 0. And guess what I have? Negative 2 plus negative 9 is 11. Negative 11 plus 0 is a negative 11. Plus 11 is 0. Okay, good. Alrighty, so There I am. All right, this is taking much too long for you. I know you're bored to tears, but me number one is winning. Yes. But it may not be that way because we've only gone 2 times each. All right. You go a 3rd time, go a 4th time. If you're playing with multiple people, you know, everybody does the same thing. You know, I don't know how many cards there are in this. I didn't really, okay, 1 to 12, 2 times 24. So it's 26 cards in this deck. I actually gave you two sets. So if you wanted to make it into a 52 card set, if you have a lot of people, you can do that as well. Okay. But that is the integer game. Okay. And it's used in many ways throughout this this module 2. It is fun. Hopefully it puts a realistic spin on this this whole idea of integers. Okay? Thanks for bearing with me.